Yo, what's good YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, and we got what was Larry Bird's best season. This video got to be definitely good, man. Good, and I'm ready for it. So we about to get straight into the video, man. Subscribe if you're new, hit that like button, turn on that bell. We uploading every single day, and yes, we are back on the grind, y'all. We are back on the grind, man. And I deeply appreciate all love and support, man. Deeply appreciate it. But yeah, let's get straight into the video, man. Y'all know I keep it short and sweet. We back on it, y'all. Let's get straight into it. Let's go.
Larry Bird, also known as the Hick from French Lick and the Great White Hope. I'm not a nickname expert, never claimed to be, but if you want a nickname to stick, it has to be shorter than 4 or 5 words. Like, I don't know. Speaking of Magic, these two dominated basketball in the 1980s. There was not a finals in the decade that didn't include either Bird or Magic, 3 of which included both of them. They entered the league at the same time, just before the 1980s started, and exited it a year apart just after the 1980s ended. 1980s basketball was Magic and Bird. Bird had great seasons all through the decade, but which one was his greatest? Today, we're going to examine stats, achievements, and defining moments to try to determine. Bird was drafted 6th in the 1978 draft, but spent the 1978 season playing for Indiana State. At this time, it was allowed to draft players before they would sign with the team. Soon after, the rule was changed, and named after Larry. But the original rule allowed him to play against Magic Johnson in the NCAA Finals, and join the league the same time as him. Larry Bird made a huge impact on the Celtics in his first year. In the previous season, the team had only won 29 games. Larry helped bring this number up to 61 wins. It's crazy to think that a rookie could impact a team this much. The playoffs didn't go as well because the Celtics lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to the 76ers, which was actually only the second round in 1980, but Larry would beat out Magic to win Rookie of the Year. The main points for this season were the team's additional 32 wins and the Rookie of the Year award. In his second year, Larry was joined by rookie Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. Even after such an impressive rookie season, everything still improved. The team won one more game. Larry came in second in MVP voting behind Dr. J. But come on, it's Dr. J. The playoffs were improved as well. The Celtics were matched up against the Rockets in the finals, where they won in 6 games. Bird put up some amazing performances in this series, but still lost the finals MVP to his teammate, Cedric Maxwell. This season showed some general team improvement. Bird finished second in MVP voting, and they won the NBA championship. The 1981-1982 season record was improved by 1 game yet again. Larry finished second in MVP voting, yet again, this time to Moses Malone, and the team lost to the 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals, yet again, this time taking it to 7 games. Larry had solid numbers during these years, but they wouldn't rank among the top compared to the other players, nor would most of them be among the highest of his career. But during these first few seasons, he typically averaged above 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, to go along with mid-80s free throw percentages. One thing I find odd about these years is his 3-point shooting. Larry is known to be one of the best shooters of all time, and started strong with 3-pointers in his rookie season. But in the next few years it fell off, this season being his worst. Larry only attempted less than 1 3-pointer per game and shot 21.2%, which would both be the lowest of his career. Not sure of the reasoning behind this drop. I suppose it could have been a result of a new playing style structured around the additions to the team. But I was shocked when I saw such poor distance shooting from the Great White Hope. See, it just doesn't flow very well. To summarize this season, there was further team improvement in the regular.
It don't matter though. He's still balling regardless. Like, I mean, let's see what he's finished saying. But I mean, so what? He's still balling out though. I mean, he's still balling out. Come on.
Regular season anyway. He finished second in MVP voting yet again, and he had good stats, except for the threes. The 1982-1983 season provided fewer wins, but still a good record. It would be the only time Larry cracked 11 rebounds per game, and once again, he finished second in MVP voting to Moses Malone. The playoffs were extended to 4 rounds, where the Celtics would lose in the second to the Bucks in 4 straight losses. The team overall took half a step back this year, but the next season, they would take a giant leap forward. To highlight this season, he finished high in rebounds at 11 per game and finished second in MVP voting. You wouldn't be out of line calling the 83-84 Celtics one of the greatest teams in NBA history. They had everything going this year. For the regular season, the team finished with an improved 62 wins, and this was the first year Larry led the league in free throw percentage, with 88.8%. Instead of finishing second in MVP voting for the 4th straight year, Larry finished first, winning him his first MVP. But the regular season was overshadowed by the playoffs. The Celtics passed the Bullets in the first round without much trouble, and they were met by the Knicks in the second. This was a back-and-forth series that made it to Game 7. With everything on the line, Larry had possibly the biggest game of his career. He put up 39 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists, giving him a Game 7 triple-double. In the next round, they were met by the very team they had lost 4 in a row in the previous season, the Bucks. But this time, they were able to pass them, without a problem. The Celtics were now in the finals, and who was their opponent? This was of course the first time Bird and Magic would meet each other in the finals, but it was also the first time the Celtics and Lakers met in the finals since the 1960s, where they had met 6 times, all won by the Celtics by the way. And if this wasn't enough pressure, the series went to Game 7, winner take all. But once again, the Celtics were able to keep their composure and perform under pressure. They won that game, along with the 1984 NBA championship. The Celtics' winning streak over the Lakers continued. Finals MVP for this series? Larry Bird. The summary of this year includes a good season for the team.
If y'all can't see that, because I'm right there on the side, it says 1983, 1984. 1983, 1984, if y'all can't see.
Led the league in free throw percentage, won the MVP, had a Game 7 triple-double, and he beat the Lakers in the finals. So how do you follow up a season like that? If it were me, I would just retire. It's only down from here. But Larry kept at it with another great season, winning 1 more game than the previous season and averaging 28.7 points per game, second in the league, beating out Michael Jordan by half a point. It was Jordan's first season, but he doesn't have to say that part when he tells people about it. One game that stands out is one where he had 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, and 9 steals. If he had 1 more steal, he would have earned a quadruple-double, which has only been done 4 times to this day. But what I forgot to mention about this game is that he sat out the entire 4th quarter. He didn't want to return to the game because they were so far ahead and he felt no need. This speaks to both his skill and his character. It shows that the team's success is his number 1 priority, and that individual success hardly mattered to him. His stats never seemed to lead the league or be excessive, yet his team was always right up there with the best. Bird is a true team player. He won his 2nd consecutive MVP this year. The playoffs went smoothly for the first 3 rounds where they beat the Cavaliers, Pistons, and 76ers. They found themselves playing in their 2nd straight finals, against the Lakers. The Magic-Bird rivalry was bigger than ever. The series didn't go as well as last year, losing in 6 games. The streak of the Celtics beating the Lakers was over. Larry fell short in the end, but it was still one of the best years a player could have. The summary of this year includes a good season for the team, his 2nd straight MVP selection, a near quadruple-double, he finished 2nd in scoring with 28.7 points per game, and had his 2nd straight finals appearance. The Celtics were on an incredible pace entering this season. They traded for Bill Walton before it began, making them even more powerful. Larry himself led the league in free throw percentage with 89.6, as well as 3-pointers made with 82. He finished 4th in scoring with 25.8 points per game as well. But as a team, they finished with the best record Larry would ever see, 67-15. During the All-Star break, Bird won the 3-point contest. Beforehand, he famously entered the locker room, took a look around, and said, "I'm just trying to see who will come in second." Strange to think he struggled with threes just a few years ago. The playoffs resulted in another finals appearance where they beat the Rockets in 6 games. Larry posted a triple-double in the last game of this series. And did I forget to mention that he also had his 3rd straight MVP selection this year? So to summarize this season, the Celtics had the best season record Larry would ever see. He led the league in free throw percentage as well as made threes. He had his 3-point contest victory and his 3rd straight MVP and finals appearance. The following season was a little worse for the team, finishing with 59 wins. You know you're good when your team finishes with 59 wins and it's a disappointment. Larry averaged 28.1 points per game and 7.6 assists per game, the assists being the highest of his career. But the highlight of the season was that he joined the 50-40-90 club, a major achievement for shooters. It's when you average above 50% overall field goal percentage, 40% three-point percentage, and 90% free throw percentage. Only the greatest shooters achieve these averages for a season. Larry had 52.5, 40 even, and 91. The 91% was the best in the league. He also led the league in minutes played and three-pointers made. Even had another 3-point contest victory. In the playoffs, the Celtics swept Jordan and the Bulls in the first round, beat the Bucks in 7 in the second round, and the Pistons in 7 in the next round. The Pistons series brought us a classic Larry Bird play. In Game 5, the series was tied 2-2. The Celtics were on the verge of losing and going to Detroit for Game 6 with a chance for them to win the series on their home court. Celtics were down by 1 point with 5 seconds left. Not the worst situation, except for the fact that the Pistons had the ball. Larry stole an inbound pass from Isaiah Thomas and threw it to his teammate just before stepping out of bounds. The ball went in for an easy layup basically as time expired. It was an incredible way to gain control of the series. In the finals, Bird was met by Magic and the Lakers for the 3rd and final time. The Lakers were strong, and I can't fault the Celtics for losing to them in 6 games once again. In the end, Magic won the overall finals record 2-1. Again, the Celtics couldn't quite end in victory, but everything leading up to the series is something to respect. In this season, Larry Bird joined the 50-40-90 club, led the league in free throw percentage and threes made. He had an incredible play on the Pistons, had his career best in assists, 7.6, another 3-point contest victory, and went to his 4th straight finals. The numbers Bird would put up in the next season were incredible. He averaged his highest ever 29.9 points per game, which was still behind Dominique Wilkins and MJ. But remember how he averaged the 50-40-90 last year? He did it again, but this time every percentage was even higher, with 52.7 field goal percentage, his personal
He's a beast.
best, 41.4 3-point percentage, and 91.6 free throw percentage. These numbers helped him come in 2nd in MVP voting, right behind Michael Jordan. He also won the All-Star 3-point contest again, and finished in style.
3 to win, and he's down to the last 3. There's 1. Now he's tied. And now he's the winner 3 times in a row.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for that check in the winner's circle.
The season finished with 57 wins, but the playoffs didn't go as well. This time they lost to the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. For the first time in 5 years, the Celtics were not in the finals. This year, Larry had an even better 50-40-90, his career best 29.9 points per game, and a stylish 3-point contest victory. Bird only played 6 games of the 1988-1989 season because he had to have surgery to get bone spurs removed from his heels. I won't say much about this year except that the team finished with a just above even record and lost in the playoffs without a single victory. It just showed the importance of Bird on the team, as if everyone didn't realize it already. He only played in 6 games, so it's hard to summarize this season. Larry returned the next season, but he wasn't the same. He was 33 years old at the time and fighting back pain. From this point on, we're not talking about the same Larry Bird. On the positive end, he finished with 93% free throw shooting, which was league leading and his personal best. The team finished with 52 wins, but lost against the Knicks in the first round of the playoffs. The biggest part of this season was his 93% free throw shooting. The next season was Larry's worst in scoring, with under 20 points per game. The team stayed strong during the season with 56 wins, despite Larry missing 22 games due to back pain. The playoffs only lasted 2 rounds for the Celtics. Not much to say in summarizing this season. The 1991-1992 season was his last. It was the only season he played in the NBA without Magic Johnson in the league. He missed 37 games due to chronic back pain. On average, Bird was far worse than he used to be, but there were times when he showed us he could still play. Toward the end of the season, he posted his final triple-double. It consisted of 49 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists, and 4 steals. The playoffs went to the second round where they lost to Cleveland in 7 games. Larry's back pain was so severe that he even sat out 4 of those games. The last we would see of Bird's playing career was in the Olympics. In the summer of 1992, he joined Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and the other basketball greats to represent our country in what was known as the Dream Team. He helped them win the gold medal. For this season, he had that impressive last triple-double and the Dream Team. 13 seasons in the NBA, and over half of them are legitimate contenders to be his best. Sometimes, there's a season that stands out above the rest, and choosing the best one is an easy decision. That's not the case with Larry Bird. For a period, he played with such consistency and accomplished so much every year. Statistically, it was the 87-88 season, but I couldn't have the winner be the first year he didn't make the finals in the last 5. His 83-84 season was his first MVP selection, as well as the only year he beat Magic in the finals, which I would say is his greatest single achievement. But I still feel he grew as a player after this. I had to make some compromises, but in the end I chose. This season was right in the middle of his career and right in the middle of his best years. It was the best season record he ever had and his 3rd straight MVP, losing to the Lakers in the finals.
I'm going to pause it just so y'all can see it, just in case it might go so quick. Just let y'all give y'all some time to be able to read it and look at it. But yeah, man, he's yeah. I kind of say the same thing, 1985, 1986. Let me know what y'all think in the comments too, man. What y'all think? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody probably going to say this is his best season too, but you never know. Some people might think different, you know? Some people might have seen certain things. Some people might have not seen certain things. But yeah, let's get back into it. I just wanted to pause so y'all can see.
Was a big hit to the team, and Bird personally, but they didn't let it keep them down, and came back better than ever to win the finals the following year. He even posted a triple-double in the final game. It would have been better if the Lakers were the team they beat in the finals, but they didn't make it, and I can't fault Larry for that. After this season, he improved in different areas such as shooting, but this season feels like his best overall. He was the best player for the previous 2 seasons, but still found ways to improve himself. It was a great season for Bird, the Celtics, and for basketball. Do you agree with my decision? Like I said, it was a tough decision, and I just had to decide what I admire and value the most. Larry Bird is one of those unique players who had success in different areas at different times. If it all happened at the same time, the decision would be easy. So let me know in the comments, what season do you think is his best? I'd like to know what you have to say. Thank you for watching.
Alrighty, man, that was a good one right there. Glad I found that video. Yes. But anyway, man, y'all know I keep it short and sweet, man. But leave your comments down below what y'all think of everything, you know. This definitely was a good video right here. Somebody put together, and I found it. I said, you know what, gotta react to this. Anything that's Larry Bird, you know we gotta do. But yeah, man, that's about it. We back on the grind, y'all. Uploading every single day. Stop going back to 3 or 4 videos being uploaded. Enjoyed my birthday and everything, and I deeply appreciate y'all once again, man. I really appreciate y'all. And yeah, man, that's about it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button, turn on that bell. And love y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.